Hey guys, it's Emma here. So I thought it'd be good today to do a bit of a flip through for my bullet journal because I forgot to film my plan with me's for September and October. It's becoming a bit of a recurring theme, forgetting to do that. So I just wanted to show you kind of what I've been adding in since the last plan with me back in August. So let's get started. So this was the last page that I did in August. This was my August MBA tracker, and I'm pretty sure I added it after doing that plan with me, because that was the last page you saw for the plan with me. So this is nice and simple. It's just got the week down the side and then the title of the module that we're doing, and then each individual lesson broken down. I'm doing an online MBA, which means that you can go at your own pace, but it's broken into like little chunks, and this is what that was doing. So the different colours are kind of when I did work in different blocks. So yeah, and I'm sticking with the rose motif that we had from the very beginning of the diary. And that's kind of a recurring theme, so that I know that if it's a page that has roses on it, it's for the MBA. Then we have September, and I went for kind of a branchy tree plant-based theme. So this is my nice cover page. And then we go over to my habit tracker. So I've got various different kind of tracking things down the side and everything. I decided to change up the way I tracked some habits, and as you can see, it did not work. I pretty much stopped tracking stuff within about a week. I'm not finding the habit tracker is very helpful. I've not actually done one for November at all. But this was me kind of playing around with a new idea. I do quite like this section here though, and I think my lettering is quite nice. Then we have my mood tracker. I liked the vines, so if I go a bit closer, you can see the longer the vine, the happier we were. So there were some blue days at the beginning of September. Not surprising, work wasn't very good. Then I tried doing a word of the day, which was like my kind of sort of one sentence of the day in August. And as you can see again, I stopped around the same time as the habit tracker. I just wasn't finding it very helpful. Then we had September's MBA tracker. I actually have two pages stuck together here because I accidentally just coloured in the roses before doing the lessons. I was like on a bit of a roll and wasn't even thinking. So this one I decided to split them down into petals, and then each petal was kind of a lesson. And if I get closer again, you can see they have numbers on them for each one of the modules it was. I didn't like this method anywhere near as much. It was harder to see how much work I had left to do because it's not in scale. But it was fun playing around with kind of different shapes. Then we have October. I'm doing all of the well-being side first, and then you'll get to see the book side of things. So October, this was my lovely cover. Went for a beachy, watery theme, which is perfect for something like mid-autumn October. That made sense. I really like this cover page. I think it's my best one, but frustratingly you can now see my habit tracker through it, which is really annoying. Sorry, mood tracker even. This is mood tracker. Again, I stopped really using these things part way through. I haven't even coloured the last 2 days of October, despite us being about a week, first day of November now. But the idea is, again, you've got kind of a colour chart down the side, and each line is a different date. Can you see that? It was a much better month, October. There's a lot of purples and blues in there, which are good days, and only 1 or 2 really bad days. The rest were kind of just meh. My habit tracker over here, I just went for some really simple date-based ones, which I really didn't fill in. I actually did exercise and all sorts of stuff. I just didn't fill them in. I'm rubbish at habit tracking, but it doesn't have an impact on how much I do the habit. So I think I'm just going to get rid of it. Then my MBA trackers, I decided to do some little rose bushes, and each rose is, again, the different modules. I liked this one a lot more. I thought it was really cute, especially even that there were fewer lessons in this month, because advanced statistics was a big one. Look at that. It's like 17 roses on that thing. Then I decided to play around with doing some kind of more monthly spreads and using this more as like a conventional diary format, and it really didn't work for me. Not something that I use. So this was kind of my monthly layout as such. And then we have the first month of October. I went for this watery kind of wave sort of theme. There's an anchor and a ship's wheel. It was fun, but I didn't actually use it. Like, it looks like I've used it here, but I would do this at the beginning of the week and then I didn't look at it again really. So I've decided I'm not going to bother with all of these weekly and monthly things. And then the final page for kind of the September, October thing was I did go away to the Peak District, and this was my packing page. Now this was really helpful because it meant that I could really keep track of what I had, and also I was adding things kind of from original decision of packing to what I then found that I needed. And because we were going on scout camp, I went for a little camping motif. So these are my peaks, and then I've got my little campfire, my little tent. So I just thought that that was really helpful and really cute. I'm going away again in November, and I'm definitely going to do another page like this, but more themed to where I'm going, because I think that these are excellent. November, my plan is really to go for like smaller pages that are directly relevant to what's happening right now, rather than big monthly overlooks, which I just don't think are helpful. This is November's cover. I don't like it very much at all, and I've not done the bulk of November's planning yet, so we're going to ignore that. Then we flip the book because, we get rid of the dust on the book, because the back of my notepad is my bullet journal for my book tracking. So first thing to show you is, ta-da! I hit my reading goal about 2 days ago. So these are all coloured in. So when you last saw it, it was coloured around to kind of this sort of region, and I've now filled it all in. I have read 100 books. And I haven't actually decided what I'm now going to do to continue tracking my book reading, because obviously we're not at the end of 2018 yet. Part of me is tempted to draw in some more books and do like a different pattern on them, but then part of me is tempted to just do a whole new spread and do like a smaller bookcase to just track the extra ones that I do. So you'll get to see at the end of the year what I do there. Then let's find, so I don't think you guys saw this one because I added it in after doing this. I made another page because I knew that I was going to read more books than I had room for on the other one, and I did like the watermelons down the side, which was my theme for August. Then I did my Book World Tour TBR. This was kind of planning what was going on in that so I could keep track of it. I've now changed how I'm approaching my Book World Tours, so this is no longer very relevant, but it still looks really pretty. And again, because it's World Tour, I went for a travel theme. Then I have my Autumn TBR, which I have been ticking off and colouring in when I've read them. So I've only got 2 to go, and I don't think I'm going to get through them. Spoiler alert for the Winter TBR, probably not going to get through those ones. So I decided to go for a real classic autumn theme there. And I really like this bit. If I zoom in a little bit on that, I think that worked really well. Then we had September. So September I decided to go for mimicking the... Sorry, there's a motorbike. My road is so noisy. Mimicking the leaves theme that I had in the wellbeing side. I decided to go for more like succulents and cacti and sort of potted plants. So I've got my video tracker here, and then sort of tracking when I'm filming things and when I've edited things, because I have a tendency to film stuff way in advance to when I actually need it, and then forgetting that I've already filmed it, and it's a bit of a nightmare. And just like when readathons are. Then we have my book journal tracker, which I think might be my favourite spread that I've ever done in this, because I think it's just so pretty. So I've got all the little pots at the top for the title, and then a little hanging basket with the numbers down the side. September, if you've seen my wrap up, was an excellent reading week, reading month even. Get your words right, Emma. So we have to continue along here. Then I kept with the watery theme for October, but rather than being beachy, we decided to go below the waves. So this is my hammerhead shark in a jar. I saw a photo on Instagram that had a similar kind of idea. I'll link it down below, and I just wanted to do my own version, and I really like hammerhead sharks. So that's why that's there. A little bit random. Then we've got a new video planner. I tried something different. I've gone for this filmed, edited and posted sort of blocking thing where I can colour them in, which I think works so much better and is definitely one that I'm going to stick with, because it means that I can keep track of what's going on more. And then this was my schedule planning. I linked them kind of to the numbers down the side, but that got really confusing, so I've changed it for November. Not that you'll get to see that in this video. And that's what's going on there. And then this was just sort of some general notes, which I really ran out of space for, which was very frustrating. Do you like my coral? If I zoom into my coral. I'm quite proud of my coral. I think it looks very cool. Then we did some jellyfish for the book journal, and I tried doing some sort of rope for the lettering, which I really don't think worked very well anyway. But I liked my jellyfish. My jellyfish were good. So yes, that's what they look there. And I went for much smaller spaces for my book notes, because I realised that I didn't actually need that much room for each individual book. I was just kind of jotting down some quick ideas. So all of the kind of bigger pages that I was using, I just wasn't using that space effectively. So I decided to go a little bit smaller here. I think my favourite jellyfish is this pink one right here. Look how pretty he is. And then we had my Spookathon TBR. Now this is all ticked off for the ones that I was reading, but I really liked my Spookathon TBR page. I decided to go full spooky, given that I was doing an underwater vibe for October, which I don't really know what I was thinking there. I'm not very good at doing ones themed seasonally, so it was nice to get a little bit of spook in there to acknowledge that it is the spooky month of the year. Then we've got my Book World Tour information. I was kind of getting really confused with the last page, so I redid it and basically listed off the ones that I'd read and made a note of when I'd filmed talking about these ones, so I know where I am. That is up, so if you want to see it, I'll link it down below. It is indeed there. Then I just have some pages for some booktube ideas, and I'm going to do like an end of the year stats thing. I just wanted to make a note of a load of my lists for that, and then we go into November, which it's only just started, so I'm not going to show you that now, but that's the cover page for November. I went for like more of a patterned vibe, and I think it looks really cool, and a little bit 60s 70s wallpaper kind of a vibe to it. So yeah, so that's my flip through for you, so you got up to date with September, October, and then what I'll probably do is I'll do another flip through for November, December at the end of the year, because I just seem to do my planning whenever, rather than thinking about, oh, I need to sit down and actually video this. Like, I'll often do it curled up quite late at night with a glass of wine with an audiobook on, which is not conducive to filming. So I'm going to go for the flip through method a little bit more. So I hope that that was interesting and that you liked my little doodles, and I will chat to you guys soon. How do I wave at you? Bye!